A 9 a 9-volt battery is connected to a resistor in series, as illustrated in the diagram. The current in the resistor is found to be 75 microamps. What is the magnitude of the resistance? So what I'm going to do to start this problem is write down the given information. So I'll write it down here in a column. We know that our voltage is equal to 9 volts. And we also, actually, I'll write it across. Current is equal to 75 microamps. Now I know that micro means times 10 to the minus 6. So 75 microamps is the same thing as saying 75 times 10 to the minus 6 amps. We just replace micro with times 10 to the minus 6. So if we write that in standard scientific notation, which means that the multiplier, that's this right here, that's the multiplier, has to be written in the form of a number which is less than 10, greater than 0, but less than 10. Actually, not greater than 0, 1 or greater, but less than 10. So that would be 77.5 times 10 to the minus 5 amps. Okay, so that's the current that we're going to be working with. Okay, so we can use Ohm's law to figure out the resistance. We know that in general, Ohm's law, we write it all kinds of forms, like V equals IR, or R is equal to V divided by I, whatever form that you want to write it in. So I'm going to write it over here. R is equal to V divided by I, and plug in the numbers that I'm given. I know V as standard must be given as volts, and as a standard, current must always be in amps. That's why I converted it earlier. So 9.5 divided by 7.5 times 10 to the minus 5. Do that on your calculator. And R works out to 120,000 ohms. Please make sure that you verify that on your own calculator. I want to make sure that you are writing the scientific notation correctly into your calculator. So our answer is 120,000 ohms, and typically what we do is we divide by 1,000, and we'll express that as 120 kiloohms. And that would be the final answer.